Hello! Invoice processing is one of the most common activities performed in the enterprise world. In this video, we're going to see how this process can be automated using UiPath. The most difficult part when automating this kind of process is extracting the data from scanned documents, because we have to deal with different formats on top of bad quality of the scans in some cases. With UiPath, you can now process a scanned invoice, classify the information if needed, extract important fields from the invoice, such as invoice number, invoice date, and total amount, and then export that information into a desired format. This is made possible through the integration with Flexicapture from ABBYY, a powerful, smart OCR tool which relies on predefined templates to identify and extract only the relevant fields from an invoice. The OCR engine automatically gives a confidence score when processing a document, making possible to send the extracted information to the human validator if needed, thus making the process 100% accurate. Let's see it in action. In this example, we're going to use 6 documents, each one with a different format. One of the documents is not an invoice, so we should see the robot identifying the exception and treat it as such. For the other 5, the relevant fields will be extracted, validated, and exported in a CSV format. 2 UiPath robots will perform this task: a back-office robot that will process the invoices and export the extracted information, and a front-office robot that will take items with low confidence score and send them to the human user for validation. These 2 robots communicate using 2 UiPath queues that have been created in the orchestrator. When the back-office robot starts working in the background, it takes the documents from the input folder one by one, identifies and extracts the relevant information. You can see the invoices being picked up one by one by the back-office robot. Once finished, we can check to see what happened. There are no more documents in the input folder, and we now have 3 items in the export folder, meaning that 3 invoices have been processed. We can see in the exception folder that the robot has identified correctly that one of the documents is not an invoice and handled that exception on its own. So far, there are 2 invoices missing. We can find them looking at the In Progress folder. This means that these 2 invoices need to be validated by a human, a task which will be performed by the front office robot. Looking at the queues, we can see there are 2 items in the front office queue, corresponding to the 2 invoices that require validation. The front office robot reads the items from the queue, and then a pop-up appears on the screen containing the data that needs validation. We can see the characters that the OCR engine is unsure of in the red font. We can now either validate the data by pressing the Enter key or make some changes. That was the first invoice, and now we should get the second one to validate. And finished. The 2 items have now moved from the front office queue to the back office queue because the data has been validated and is ready to be exported. The back office robot will start, pick up the 2 items, and save the extracted fields as a CSV. Now that the entire process is finished, let's take a look at the results. All the 6 documents have been processed. 1 is an exception, and the relevant information from the other 5 invoices have been saved as a CSV. Let's also check the output. We can see important fields such as invoice number, invoice date, delivery address, and total amount saved in this CSV. But we also have available the line item details from the invoice. Now, a robot can take this data and insert it into an ERP system, such as SAP. Thank you for watching.